Monday Night Raw tonight. Monday Night Raw. I would have told you that at 9:30, I thought Monday Night Raw was a really good show. If the show ended at 9:30, I would have came on here and said that Monday Night Raw tonight was a really good show. But then it just ultimately seemed like right when the Nia Jax match started, it got worse. Because we had that, and then we had Charlotte, and then we had the Bobby Lashley nonsense. And at the end, I thought Raw was really it wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was a bad show, but it wasn't good as well. I would say tonight's Raw was a 50-50 show. Split it right down the middle. Average at best. It was an average Monday Night Raw. There were some good things on Monday Night Raw, which we will talk about. There's also some bad things, in my opinion. So we'll break all of it down right here on Monday Night Raw Review. This is Joseph Conlon. Always during this lockdown, quarantine, all the coverage. Raw, Dark Side of the Ring, AEW, you guys know the deal. Talk about Raw tonight, build up to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, what happened, all that stuff. Before this video, make sure you guys go check out recent videos. Go check out the AEW Dynamite review from last week, NXT, SmackDown, and this week's News and Rumors. We break down WWE. They're going live for the foreseeable future, which they did do tonight. They were live from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. So they were live tonight for Monday Night Raw. Let's get right to it. So we open up with Drew McIntyre, and he looked in the camera, and he said, "Thank you for all the support that I've been receiving after I won the WWE Championship, all of that." And then he says, "I'm a fighting champion. I'm a humble champion. And if there's anybody in that locker room," and then Andrade comes out. Andrade comes out with Zelina Vega, and Zelina says that Andrade is the real champion of Monday Night Raw. And then Drew challenges Andrade to a match in the main event tonight of Raw. Andrade accepts. There we go. Nothing special. Just basic, simple promo to start off Monday Night Raw and to set up the main event. So we got Drew McIntyre and Andrade in the main event, which we will talk about when we get there. First match we had, the first of 3 Women's Money in the Bank qualifying matches. First we had Asuka and Ruby Riott. Now, this was a decent match for what it was. Of course, Asuka got the win over Ruby Riott. They had a really nice exchange at the end. And then at the end, they were doing small packages. And Ruby had a submission. And she had this really nice submission hold in. And then Asuka reversed it, put it in the Asuka lock, and made Ruby tap out in 10 seconds. So Asuka is moving on to the Money in the Bank. Ruby, just like Liv Morgan has gotten really good in the ring. Ruby Riott's gotten a lot better as well. She has improved. I could tell that she's been training. When she was out injured, she's been training to get back into the wrestling ring and wanting to better herself. And I highly respect that of Ruby Riott. I really respect that a lot from her. And just from that alone, I want to see more of Ruby Riott on WWE television. Get some time and matches. She's not bad. But Asuka's moving on, and just talk about this for a few short minutes. Everybody's loving what Asuka's new gimmick is. She's this funny dancer who goes around and she dances and she speaks on commentary. She's on Japanese, and I know a lot of people in the community who are really liking this Oscar gimmick. I don't like the Oscar gimmick. I cannot take her seriously whatsoever. I can't take her as a serious threat when she's going around and she's dancing like this, moving her fingers and dancing in the middle of a match and dancing during Ruby Riot's theme music like this, and she's dancing, she's Japanese dancing all like this. You know, I can't take it serious. I really can't take it serious, man. It looks like she's just joking around and not taking it serious. But that's my opinion on the Oscar gimmick that everyone loves. I just don't love it. It's not for me. I can't take her serious whatsoever. We then have a backstage VIP lounge with MVP, and he announces next week's Money in the Bank ladder matches, qualifying matches. We will see Rey Mysterio versus Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black versus Austin Theory, and Apollo Crews versus the man himself, MVP. Two matches should be really good. Rey Mysterio, Buddy Murphy, and Aleister Black, Austin Theory. Those matches should be absolutely fantastic if given enough time, and I hope MVP is coming back to put over a younger talent like Apollo Crews. That would be nice. But who I see winning the matches, I got Rey Mysterio beating Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black beating Austin Theory, and Apollo Crews beating MVP. We then see Oney Lorcan versus Aleister Black, which was, in my opinion, the best match of the night on Monday Night Raw. This was a very physical matchup. Lots of hard-hitting elbows, kicks, chops, knee strikes, you name it. These two were hitting each other friggin' hard, man. Absolutely hard. They were killing each other. And this shows how underrated Oney Lorcan is and how credible of a wrestler Oney Lorcan is. We absolutely know that out of the tag team with Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan is the breakout guy in that tag team, for sure. And he proved it tonight. This was a great match with Aleister Black. Aleister Black lifts up Oney Lorcan at the end, gives him a black mass, and gets a victory before his match with Austin Theory. This was probably my favorite thing on Raw tonight. This match was great. We then got a segment with Becky Lynch, and she was talking about Shayna, and then she was talking about the Money in the Bank. And she said this weird line that just did not make sense. It doesn't make sense for the Money in the Bank ladder match. She said, "Whoever wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, I challenge you." I was very confused by that. Isn't it the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match supposed to challenge the champion? Not the champion challenge the Money in the Bank holder? That doesn't make any sense to me. This was confusing. I felt like this was a waste of time for Becky Lynch. And if this is what she was sent out there to do, this was a waste of time, big time. So then we got a second qualifying match. Sarah Logan versus Shayna Baszler. This one was very odd and confusing. So we got Shayna Baszler, who's beating the shit out of Sarah Logan, knees, and then she's got her on the ground. She's punching Sarah Logan very hard, and then she stomps on her elbow. So Sarah Logan is screaming. She's crying in pain. She's holding her elbow. The ref calls for the bell. He said, "This match is over." Shayna walks out, throws a chair, and then Mike Groen says, "Here is your winner, Sarah Logan." And I'm like, whoa, what? At first I missed it. I had to go back and I had to listen to it again. So Mike Rome said, "Here is your winner, Sarah Logan." I was very confused at what had just happened. Then, obviously, Mike Rome, they corrected Mike Rome, the commentary team did, and they said Mike Rome made a mistake, and Shayna Baszler won the match by ref stoppage. So we got Shayna Baszler in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's very confusing, but they corrected us at the end. So, I mean, whatever, you know. We've then seen Austin Theory versus Akira Tozawa. Now, the match isn't the important part here, although this was another really good match on Raw tonight. I'm just going to get that out of it really quick. We need to see more of Akira Tozawa. The guy is a really good worker. He's really good at what he does, and he could get a good match out of anybody, in my opinion. He's that good. I love Akira Tozawa, and I hate that he's being underutilized. Like 60% or 70% of the main roster, but that wasn't the main subject here. So, Austin Theory wins this match. You got Zelina Vega on commentary. You got Andrade and Angel Garza who come out, and you got Andrade and Angel Garza who come out together, and all three of them are just beating up Akira Tozawa. Andrade gives him a top rope DDT. Theory hits him with his ATL finisher, and they're all standing up in the ring around Akira Tozawa with their fist in the air like this. So we got a new faction on Monday Night Raw, managed by Zelina Vega, with Andrade, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory. This stable looks legit, and after what they did tonight, I'm loving it already. I'm absolutely loving it. This was one of the main parts of the show. So this was great. This entire segment was great, and I'm loving the stable already. This is a very talented stable as well. This is your future right here. Andrade, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory. And it looks like that Austin Theory is now a full-time main roster member at 22 years old. So, Austin Theory is officially on Monday Night Raw. We've then seen another part of that stable, Angel Garza, go up against a jobber. I didn't know what his name was. He beat him in like 2 minutes. It was whatever. Theory and Angel Garza and Andrade then came out and they beat up the jobber and they raised their fists in the air. So they're doing more of the stuff they did with Akira Tozawa. So, right after that, up until at the end of this match, if that was the end of Monday Night Raw, I would have said tonight that Raw was a really good show. This was when the show started going downward. We've seen Kairi Sane versus Nia Jax, the last women's Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier. And Kairi Sane, poor little Kairi Sane, got squashed by Nia Jax in 3 minutes. Folks, see you later, Kairi Sane. She's off to Japan. This is a clear indication in the past few weeks that Kairi Sane is done with the WWE. She's not re-signing a new deal. and she's leaving, and she's going back to Stardom. This was an absolutely squash match. Nia Jax, her wrestling, her moveset is absolutely horrendous. You can put her up there with Braun Strowman as a candidate for worst wrestler in the WWE. I would have Braun Strowman and Nia Jax as your top two for the worst wrestlers in WWE. They are hot garbage. Nia Jax is garbage in the ring. She can't wrestle whatsoever. She hurts her opponents. I hope Kairi Sane's okay after this. And Lord knows what Nia Jax is going to do at Money in the Bank in the ladder match. She's going to be unsafe. Hopefully she doesn't hurt anybody. But I'm just praying that Nia Jax does not win the Money in the Bank ladder match. I swear to God, if Nia Jax wins the women's Money in the Bank ladder match in 2020, during the Money in the Bank review on May 10th, I will have a heated rant, and it's going to be epic if it happens. Charlotte Flair. Let me grab my pillow. Let me take a nap for a few minutes until Charlotte's out of this match and out of this segment. Is it over yet? Oh, she's still talking? Okay. That's exactly what I felt during this Charlotte Flair segment, man. Oh my God. Who asked for this overrated robotic android to not only be the NXT Women's Champion and show up on NXT, but to show up on Monday Night Raw as well? Who asked for that? Because my God, nobody wants to see Charlotte Flair twice a week. It's too bad. We already have to see her on NXT as the NXT Women's Champion, acting like her robotic self. And now we have to see her on Monday Night Raw. This is absolutely atrocious. And it's the political agenda, folks. It's the Charlotte Flair political agenda. And that's exactly how I felt during the segment. She literally put me to sleep. My God. Awful. Absolutely awful. Screw Charlotte Flair. Every time I will call her out. Every time she's on television. She is an overrated, robotic android bitch. Bobby Lashley versus No Way Jose. This match went 2 minutes. Bobby Lashley spears No Way Jose. Bobby Lashley wins. They're breaking up Lana and Bobby Lashley. Who cares? Who cares? Viking Raiders versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. This match was actually really good. This was a really good match between Cedric Alexander and the Viking Raiders, and Cedric Alexander and Ricochet versus the Viking Raiders. And Ricochet and Cedric, they were wearing yellow wrestling gear. They matched. They looked amazing together. They looked like a legit tag team. But my God, yes, this was a good tag team match. Yes, Cedric and Ricochet look really good together. But why are they losing in their second tag team match? Why are you putting them up against the Viking Raiders, who is a tag team, a top tag team in this non-existent tag team division on Monday Night Raw? I don't get it. They were losers as singles competitors, so you put them together, and they already lost their first match in 2 weeks. They had their second tag team match for a second week in a row, and they lost. Can't take them seriously if they're going to be losing matches. Why couldn't you use, I don't know, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins in this situation if you wanted the Viking Raiders to win and build up credibility to have a match with the Street Profits down the road? But no, you had to go with the new tag team, Cedric and Ricochet, which made no sense to me whatsoever. But it was a fun tag team match. I just didn't like that they lost in their second tag team match ever. Main event of Monday Night Raw. Andrade versus Drew McIntyre. They were hyping this match up the entire show. It felt like after every segment on this show, they would promote, tonight we will see WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus United States Champion Andrade in the main event of Monday Night Raw. And I was okay with it earlier. I was like, ooh, they had an awesome match at NXT TakeOver War Games in, I believe it was 2017. They had an awesome match. Guys, Drew McIntyre and Andrade made their entrances at 10:50 with 10 minutes to go on Monday Night Raw. This match started at 10:52 and this match ended at 10:58. A Drew McIntyre Andrade match, which is NXT TakeOver worthy, WrestleMania worthy, went 6 minutes on Monday Night Raw. Let me say that again. A Drew McIntyre Andrade match went 6 minutes. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You couldn't have just not done the Bobby Lashley No Way Jose match and given these guys, I don't know, maybe extra 6 minutes and gotten a 12-minute match out of Andrade and Drew McIntyre? I don't know how anyone can support this. Andrade, talents like Andrade and Drew McIntyre deserve more than 6 minutes. That's my opinion. Drew McIntyre takes out all three, Austin Theory, Angel Garza, and Andrade. He chops Austin Theory. He gets Andrade back in the ring. Alabama Slam. Claymore kick. Excuse me as I burp. Claymore kick to Andrade. And Drew McIntyre beats Andrade. Cool. And then Angel Garza gives McIntyre a chop block to the knee. And Seth Rollins' theme music hits. Now, Seth Rollins was doing these short promos tonight. I don't remember what he said. But in this last one, he said something along the line of stomping, see what I'm gonna do tonight, or I'm crucified. Now I'm gonna be reading something like that. I don't know. I didn't remember it in my head, but he was cutting these promos all throughout the night, and it was leading up to this moment. So Seth Rollins comes out, and he gives McIntyre a curb stomp. He looks at the title. He doesn't pick up the title. And McIntyre's sort of getting up, and Rollins gives him another stomp as we go off the air. And that's the way Monday Night Raw ends. And it looks like we're heading to a WWE Championship match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank, which I can get behind. I am definitely not 100%, but I am like 75% behind a Seth Rollins-Drew McIntyre match. Now, you guys are probably saying, like, why would you be behind a Seth Rollins-Drew McIntyre match? Seth Rollins just lost to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. And we just seen Seth Rollins in the world title scene last year. Why's he got to be in it again? Number one, I think Seth Rollins is a good heel threat to Drew McIntyre, and I don't think this is a one-match feud. Somehow I think McIntyre, not in a clean way, as an early prediction, this is an early prediction, McIntyre beats Rollins at Money in the Bank, but not clean, and they continue to feud into the summer. I'm not saying it's going to go all the way to SummerSlam, but it going on to like June, stuff like that, and they could tell a really good story. I feel like Rollins could tell this good story as this mean, angry messiah, and he's trying to make Raw better. And Raw is not going to be better with Drew McIntyre as the WWE champion, so they need him as the top champion. Something along that line. I think they could tell a really good story, and plus, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre have put on bangers in the past. So I think a matchup with Rollins and McIntyre at Money in the Bank, sign me up, man. I'm in. Overall, like I said in the beginning, this show was full of mixed bags. Good things and bad things. And it was an average show at best. That wraps up the Monday Night Raw review tonight. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe right here on the Big Fight Field channel. Comment down below what you thought of Monday Night Raw this week. Did you think it was good? Okay? Bad? Let me know. I would love to know your opinions. Like this video with a super kick. You can follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. You can also follow me on Instagram at Colin_Joseph. And you can follow Eddie on Twitter at Eddie Mullins 515. Guys, I'll be back here tomorrow night on the Big Fight Field channel for your Dark Side of the Ring review. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. It should be a great documentary tomorrow night and a great review right here on the Big Fight Field channel. But, so long, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.